What's up, everybody? Okay, so remember we were doing a class on how to make jerky. So it's been marinating for 20, pretty much 24 hours now, and so now we could actually start drying it, which should be fun. So first things first, I need to get the meat. Here we go. We got a nice big bag of meat with all the stuff in there. So it's been marinating in those flavors, the garlic, the brown sugar, the red pepper flakes, everything for quite some time. But now what we need to do is we need to set it on a tray and pepper it again. Because I like pepper and I like spice. So first what we're going to do is we're going to take our colander, which is what this is, and we're going to drain this. So I'm going to do that right now. So all I do is I'm going to open the bag. I'm just going to dump all of this in there. Here we go. Bag is open. There you go. Now I'm going to kind of shake the colander around a little bit in here. I have to do it in the sink though. And maybe you want to see it. Not sure. I just want to take it. I'm going to be careful of this plug here. I'll just tuck it under there. I just want to shake out some of the excess. There we go. Everything's drained out. We're going to kind of give the meat a whirl. I'm going to kind of dress it up a little bit. Even out some of these spices. So I want all this to kind of cook into the meat. Because I want big flavors. Alright. This is looking good. Things are so, you just want to even everything out as much as you possibly can. Because again, we want this to taste wonderful. What's the point if you don't? So now it's got all that red pepper in there. All those nice spices. Wonderful stuff going on. I'm going to wash my hands like I do. Try not to touch the tap or anything with my hands because I got raw meat on there. Hands nice and clean. Dry them off. Alright. So now what I have here again is the dehydrator. You can also do this in the oven. I didn't look up that recipe. So, if you have a dehydrator, this works. If you don't, you have an oven, there's a way you can do it that way as well. I can get you some tips on how to do that. Okay, so I've got my rack here, and I've got extra racks here. So what we do, I'm going to take a piece of meat. This one looks like it's still caught together. There we go. You're going to set it on the rack. And then we're going to pepper it. On one side. Then the other side. And we're gonna fill up this entire rack. And there's some important rules after as well to follow. So again, we're peppering it. It looks nice. It smells great. I love the smell of pepper. And you want to space these out from each other. You don't want them right next to each other. At least that's what the instructions say. Pepper. Ooh, come on. Stay there, buddy. More pepper. There's another one that seems like it's all stuck together again. Didn't realize that was going to happen. But again, we set it on the rack. Pepper it. Pepper it some more. Alright. And we just keep going. Like I said, I like pepper. Some people might not like it as much, and so they wouldn't want as much on there. You know, it's up to each person. And I was talking to Melanie about this, and she said, I mean, she was a vegetarian for a while. I think I turned her back into a, omnivore. But she said that there are recipes that if you are vegetarian, that you can jerky other stuff. I think we can fit more on this rack. Why waste space if you don't have to? So here we go. We've created a little bit more space. I think we can get 2 more pieces on there. Again with more pepper. And then one last piece. Some of these pieces are thicker than others. So that's why when I do get this started, one thing that we're going to do is we're going to, every hour basically, I need to come over, and what's going to happen is a lot of the moisture is going to start rising up and bubbling to the top. What you want to do to make good jerky is then I take paper towels and I need to dab it down. I need to dab it like every hour for, wow, I mean, it's 4 to 10 hours. So, it's an all-day process. But now we've got our first rack done. So we take this rack, we're going to set it here. There we go. And it's nice and set. Then what you do is you take another rack, put it over the top of that one, and then get another rack to do your next round of meat. So again, you got pepper. Pepper. We'll leave it. And again, this already has a lot of pepper in it. I mean, red pepper flakes. But it's also going to have, it's kind of a teriyaki mix. So it's going to have kind of a teriyaki flavor. And also, remember, there's the secret ingredient, which you'll never know. It's for Melanie and I to know alone. But you know, you make your own secret ingredients as well. You know, you think of something that you're like, you know what, this might taste really good with this. I think you should run with it. Say, hey, this is a good idea. I'm doing this. And as you do it, you'll begin to perfect everything. And that's what I'm doing here today. Is that, you know, like I said, this is the first time that I've done anything like this. With jerky. I've never dehydrated jerky before. Never made my own jerky. So I looked up all the recipes. And I'm excited. I mean, even if it turns out bad, I mean, I'll still eat it. Or my little doggy right there, she can have some. Well, I have to ask the vet first. But, you know, even if it turns out bad, then I'll know what I did wrong. I'll know what I'll do differently next time. You know, trial and error, my friends, trial and error. Alright. We got ourselves this is definitely pepper jerky. And you can still see some of the fat in the meat. Right there, see all this? So that's what's going to rise to the top, and that's actually what I'm going to have to pat off. Which is fine. Simply because, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, how many pieces do we have left? Yeah, I think it looks good. I wish I didn't have to wait 10 hours to eat some of this. And I might have a lot more than I knew I had. I'm going to space this out a little bit more differently. Because I only have one rack to go. I might have to take some of that and change it up as well. Yeah, so I got way more out of that than I thought. I still have, no, I think this is good. Let me space this out a little bit better. Because you really want these spaced out pretty well from each other. The thing is, in this batch we have kind of smaller pieces, so. Alright. I'm a perfectionist in some ways. In some ways I'm not. But when it comes to doing something for the first time, I think we're all a little bit more careful. Because you want to make sure that it's done right. Alright, so we take our next rack. We'll put that there. Make sure it's in place. Take a rack, put it over the top of that. Make sure it's in place. Then we got our last rack. This is always the fun one. That means you're almost done. Alright, so those two pieces there. Pepper it. for it again. We were getting there. Yeah. All got stuck together. Oh wait, these are the ones that I did wrong. Remember? Last time? Cut against the grain. These are the ones that I cut with the grain. But it should be interesting to see what the difference is. Because again, that's just what was told to me. And it's probably true. I mean, there's people who've been doing this for a lot longer than I have, which obviously, because it's my first time. But what if they turn out to be the best pieces? That would be interesting. Alright, we're almost done. Move these around a little bit. Just a few more pieces to go. They smell delicious, by the way. That nice air, just wonderful jerky smell. Because it's not even jerky yet, but it still smells like it's about to be jerky. Alright, so I got a few more pieces here. Thinking is we'll move some of this stuff around just to create space. I did make a lot of jerky. There we go. Move that all around. Make space there, and then I think what I'm gonna do, since I had so much more room here, what I'll do is I'll pepper these here. I should do it one at a time. Set them in here because there's a lot more space in this one. Alright. 2 more pieces, my friends. Make sure we have space. There we go. There we go. And this one can just stay in here. It's a weird little piece. Still be good jerky though. Alright, so we're going to put that back there. Put this back here. Yep. This on the top. Alright. Get rid of that. Good thing I had this down. Make sure I don't make a giant mess. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on. Get that on there so it seems right. And then we're going to start to dehydrate. Alright. That is the sound of it dehydrating. And so now, like I said, every hour I'm going to come through with paper towels. My paper towel rack. And I'm just going to dry the tops of each of them. Because again, there's a lot of moisture that's going to come from there. And then, yeah, after 10 hours and checking every hour, it'll be done. And then I will show you the finished product, which shouldn't take very long at all. Hope you're having a great day, everybody. I'll see you soon. I hope.